In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. Mortal man. Above the mortal man.
Microchips of the beast mark that can start holy wars, separating soul from heart. I'm being converted to evil with my actions, a redemption and a second chance of what I'm demanding. Cause I have the power to be a Jim Jones or a Charles Manson, but I just wanna live next to my grandma's mansion, not a hell filled with filth and phantom. I fathom in the end I'll be a lone survivor, but I'll suffer for every sin prior. Fuck it, blame it on the drugs like Richard Pryor, and don't call me a liar.
In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. Mortal man. Above the mortal man.
Temptation of a fallen angel causing desecration, genocide and segregation, apocalyptic annihilation. Isaiah, Matthew, Job, names in the land of the lost, the book of the dead. What's the cost of your soul in the end? The loss of paradise and Zen. I got eyes on Zion, my sword is the pen. If it's a war of good and evil, I'm above the mortal men. And you could forward this message to your friends. Yeah.
In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. Mortal man. Above the mortal man. In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. Mortal man. Above the mortal man.
I'm the shadow of the promised land in the valley of death. Arctic wind crystallized my breath from the cold heart in my chest. Sub-zero in flesh, fresh face of a bride underneath the black veil that hide emerald eyes of a princess who cries for Jerusalem's demise. The roots of a king don't matter who his father was. It's the righteous insight that scarred the cells of his blood with sacred love from an ancient grudge. Makeshift antichrist till God came from above to judge. A prophet, poet chosen like Moses, ghost and rows of coffins covered in black roses. Prince of darkness exposes global woes before the beast arose and frozen in time that'll open enlightened minds to Revelations chapter 12 verse 9. Divine sublime Mecca to find meridian inclined, where Jesus, Muhammad and Buddha dine with holy wine, while God reclines on a throne made of gold, diamond, ruby, onyx, sapphire. Shine that blind the third eye in your mind and leave all sinners behind. Seek truth and its higher consciousness you'll find. I hold the line, armies march up the devil's spine in symmetrical lines out the bottomless pit. Soldiers of apocalypse, an inverted crucifix, black lips burned with a 666 hollow tip clip full of hellfire. Slugs hiss like the serpent of treason out the head of Medusa. Legion seducing Eve in the Garden of Eden. Temptations in a poison apple, holy grail in a tabernacle, guarded by a devil in a spiritual shackle. Angels prepare for battle, sacrifice shepherd, sheep and cattle. I stand for survival on a quest for the lost books of the Bible. Crash of titans in exile like tidal waves wash up bodies of slaves decayed from the Genesis age, reanimated today, cremated in a blaze, lost in a maze of fourth stage of Dante, trapped eternal inferno till the devil's firstborn baby girl is fertile and gives birth to the order of a new world. Yeah, cause we above mortal men, above mortal men.
In a war in good and evil, I'm above the mortal man. Mortal man. Above the mortal man.